This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back. Now we learn about the trade agreements and tariffs expected this year with Kyle Bauer and Ted McKinney.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer. I'm visiting with Ted McKinney. He's Undersecretary of Trade and Foreign Agricultural Affairs with USDA. Now, let's just start with telling me what that department does, mission does.
Sure. Well, it's a new area. I am fortunate to be the first undersecretary dedicated solely to the Trade and Foreign Ag Affairs area. So the easiest way to describe it is the well-known Foreign Agricultural Service is one of our largest areas. By far, it's the largest. And then Secretary Perdue also wanted the Codex Alimentarius office to come over our way. So those two would make up the Trade and Foreign Ag Affairs area. Now, FAS probably is well known for being out in the embassies. We have FAS people in 93 different embassies around the world. So we are in many ways Ag's face to the world.
Regulatory?
No. Our colleagues in marketing and regulatory programs, or APHIS, do a lot of the regulatory work. And then our friends in the Food Safety Inspection Service would do regulatory work. So we take what they complete and put it into the operations of trade.
And it might be my perception only, but talk about getting thrown directly into the fire on a new organization, a new position, and as forefront as it's been since the early 70s on foreign trade.
Yeah, trade is a big deal. I mean, we've got to recognize that it is that, and we recognize that there is nervousness and some tension out there. But I'll also say, if we look at each country by country, I'll start with Korea. It is a very significant thing that the presidents of South Korea and our President Trump signed KORUS, which is the South Korea trade agreement. The amount of pork and beef we're seeing flow into that country is enormous. It's growing significantly. That's a good thing. The USMCA, which is NAFTA 2.0, for those that don't know the new acronym, though USTR leads the negotiation, at any given time we would have 1 to 25 people working on policy analysis, position papers, economic data, all of that. So it's very much a partnership with USTR on these kinds of deals. So those are the ones that are sort of a little bit in the rearview mirror. More importantly is where are we going now? And I think you know that USTR announced that we're pursuing free trade agreements with the UK after Brexit, the EU, and perhaps most importantly at this point, Japan. And we can't get to Japan fast enough. It's one of our best markets, great relationships there. We need to sustain and build that. And then after that, we've got a whole list that USTR and we both agree on.
Certainly, I would say that there is a common thought out that people have been surprised after NAFTA 2.0, how quickly others seem to be brought into the forefront one after another. Was that a surprise to you?
No, there had been quiet previous discussions on the part of USTR with those countries. And my team, since I've got folks in those embassies, they had discussions. So orchestrated might be too strong a word, but no, there was fully the intention once USMCA got done that we needed to pivot and pivot quickly.
I'm surprised when I talk to non-farm people, actually, and farm people, how the general population isn't aware how high the tariffs are on ag products into other countries. Do you find that as well?
Well, the Aggies certainly know it now because new tariffs have been imposed as a result of our steel and aluminum tariffs on them. But people must understand why. The world, particularly China, was just continuing to ramp up production. At a time when you've got a glut, most market forces would say, stop producing, sell what you have. But that was not the case. China just kept producing with the intent of driving countries out of the steel and aluminum business. And for sure, ours was on not quite life support, but pretty weak. That's why the tariffs went on, and you're seeing steel and aluminum industries come back. Now, what we've got to do is get rid of the tariffs on our ag products. And I know that the White House is working very diligently to try to do that. There's different ways you can do it, but we really hope that the tariffs can come off of our ag products by those countries where there was a steel or aluminum tariff imposed. We've just got to get those off.
We're visiting with Ted McKinney. He is with the USDA Trade and Foreign Ag Affairs Mission Program. This is Kyle Bauer reporting. Back to you, Jamie.
Thanks, Kyle. Come back after the break for this week's Kansas Farm Bureau update.
Hello, I'm Dr. Frank Lyons from Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center here in Manhattan, Kansas. Daryl was one of our patients that we did about 7 months ago.
I dug trees by hand for years and years and years. In the process, I wore out my rotator cuff. But when I learned about this process, I thought if there's a way to get rid of this pain, then I want to do it. So we did it, and it worked. I'm not going to go out and take trees with a shovel anymore, but I can do the things that I want to do now.
Well, it's been very gratifying to help people with their painful joints and other entities. And it's been especially gratifying to be able to help people who I know and have worked with and known for many years.